For me, it's quite important what I said in the very beginning. I would love to be able, when I take the history, to be able to have a view onto the inner gem of the patient. What kind of potential does the patient have that he can use as resource during the process of healing? And with every chronic ill patient, you have one topic, and that is self-expression, the expression of yourself. I have something to say, and that doesn't have so much to do with the professional area. I have to perform, I have to show myself, I have to show what I produce. And Mr. Kali has, like many other patients in the beginning, you talk about the topic of painting. Patients answer, I can't do it. Sing, I can't. Writing stories, I can't. You always hear, I can't. Everybody says, I can't. You just don't ask. Either you can perceive it, or you ask the patient, what would you have liked, what would you have always liked to do? And these two beautiful pictures that can come into my practice now, that have a lot of the angel and the bird in it, they are a big present for me, because often the patients have this nourishment of the soul at home, and I don't have to see it, you don't have to show me, because then the patient feels pressurized. Is it good enough? Is she content with this? But sometimes the patient comes into the attitude and shows it to me, and I'm allowed to take part and say, what has happened throughout this process of healing? To be expressive in his creative abilities. What do I have to see? And that doesn't look at all like somebody who can't paint, but it's always the same times, the same men like women say, I can't paint. And I just say, well, I don't discuss about that. You go at home and you paint. Do something that gives your soul a possibility to express itself, where you can come into a dialogue with yourself. Like Harold said, your inner sun, your inner core. You can make this core alive by painting, by writing, by working with clay, by whatever you want to do. And that is, for me, has the same importance like taking medication and remedies, that from the very beginning the soul, the highest thing in the human being is addressed. And that you can address the easiest by creative processes. But everybody is going to confirm, Mr. Karlisch too, at the point where you have to paint, there is no illness. Room and time has gone. You're completely absorbed by this creative process of choosing paints, choosing colors, choosing forms, and being creative. And I found out this is a very big healing impulse, that you accompanying to the therapy, this is softening things. For example, when a child has already learned to express its soul during the time of school, that the child is painting or doing music just for its own pleasure, not to be a special child, this child learns, and I experienced that too with students, it's easier for me. I just sit down and play a bit organ, and afterwards I feel easier. If we do something creative in our life as a balance to our professional strain, we have a source to be really with ourselves and to see what comes out of me. I can express myself. I can express myself in my momentary illness, in my desperation, in my doubts. I tell the patients, do paint something do something that has the title My Healing Process. So you have a lot of different steps within this process. And I realize this as a very deep present. And I have a lot of paintings which I received from my patients. And a lot of other patients say, oh, this is a beautiful painting. There's a lot in it. That is something that had something to do with my healing process. So I have these pictures in my praxis so that other people can see them. It's not that I collect them. Sometimes I receive them as the present, and sometimes patients that have a similar illness as Mr. Kali. Funnily enough, in this case, it was another policeman. He said, oh, painting is kids' stuff. I'm not in kindergarten. It's not my business. And I said, well, you just give it a try. And today, he has exhibitions in the Internet Gallery. And officially, I really bought two paintings from him. And his self-conscience during the healing process was getting so much better that he really was asking a good price for it. And I think that's great. Fair enough. Businessman. I feel that is the value of it. So it's good for you if you have chronically sick people. If it has something to do with the kidneys, that they get something to do with their soul, where they can express how they feel at the time being, something that has something to do with their healing. And everybody finds its own way.